Welcome back. It is 12:13. We've got a special treat in the studio today. Buddy Velastro is one of the country's most popular chefs. He is known for his appearances on The Rachel Ray Show. He has his own show, The Cake Boss, which I'm sure you've heard of, and he is taking that show on the road to Austin now. Buddy joins us in the studio now. Buddy, thank you so much for being here. We're very honored to have you here. Thank you.
My absolute pleasure. I'm so excited to be in Texas. It's actually my first trip ever to Texas.
You were telling me that. I got to tell you, you got a lot of fans in this studio right now. Everybody wants to see you. Everybody fans of the show. Want to talk to you a little bit about, we know you've written a book. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. And so you're traveling around talking about that, but there's also a pretty special show tonight. Talk to me, though, about how you take from TV to the stage. How do you take that show?
Okay, well, it was kind of, how it happened, it was kind of a mistake. I was asked to do a speech at a college. So I did the speech, and during the speech, they said, man, you were so motivational and so moving. I said, some chefs go up on stage and talk.
Yeah.
And they booked me to do one. And I said, I just don't want to go up and talk. I said, it's kind of boring. I said, how can I interact with the audience? And actually, me and my manager came up with an idea on a plane ride to LA. So the show is a good family show. I thought of something that I would want to see with my kids.
Yeah.
I thought about putting humor in there for children and adults. So if you're at the show, I call people up on stage with me. I show them how to cake decorate a little bit, and then I let them do it, but they do it against each other. They kind of compete. That's where the humor falls in.
Right.
Once you give a dad a piping bag, it's on. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many jokes that just naturally come out.
Do the husbands and the wives compete against each other?
And I have husbands, I have wives, I do children, and the kids are so great, seeing their looks on their faces and stuff. And then after that, I tell my story, kind of how I became the Cake Boss, kind of that motivational speech, because I feel like in these tough economic times, we need to tell our children that you can accomplish anything, that there is an American dream, that you have to work hard and, do the right thing and really dream it and believe it, and you could accomplish anything. And that's part of kind of what my speech is about. And then I take questions from the audience, and I decorate a cake, a wedding cake, while I do that. And then after that, I do a finale, which is hilarious, which has to do with the 3 most romantic men in Austin. So you forget about it. I mean, it's just, it's on.
You picked them ahead of time, I'm guessing.
No. The spur of the moment.
I see.
And you're kind of going on a whim here. But I kind of look for, I let the women tell me. It's a lot of fun. That
is fantastic. Buddy, obviously a lot of people know you from Rachel Ray. You've done a lot of stuff with Rachel. I think we've got some video. There you are with Rachel. So talk to us a little bit about how you got involved with that show.
Well, I've been on a Rachel Ray. I started probably last year a couple times, and I did a couple segments, and then, we did well. I think Rachel's kind of like my cousin almost, the way we play off each other. So we have a lot of fun, and she does not like to bake. So coincidentally, me being in New Jersey, we're so close to the studio. When she needs her go-to guy for baking, I've kind of became an all-star this season, and so much fun.
Awesome.
I mean, so much fun.
I heard she rented you out to one of her fans.
She did rent me out.
Tell me about that.
It was great, to be able to raise money for a good cause. And we had this beautiful little girl who came in, and we spent the whole day in my cake factory making a cake. And she was so much fun. We had a great time.
Okay, buddy, talk to me a little bit about, we've got your book here, Baking with the Cake Boss. Want to show it to people.
Absolutely.
Tell me what they're going to find in here.
Well, this book, I'm proud to say, actually was on the New York Times bestseller list. So very proud of that again. And it's my second book. My first book was a lot more about my story and kind of telling people to believe in themselves and stuff. This book here is a lot more down and dirty recipes and techniques. I kind of call it like the Mr. Miyagi style of cake decorating, because but when Danielson was waxing on, waxing off, he was really learning karate. Well, people don't really understand that when you're bagging out cookies on a sheet pan, it's the same as piping on a wedding cake. Or if you're rolling out pie dough, it's the same as rolling out fondant.
That makes sense.
So it's kind of like teaching you the grunt work to, learning how to walk before you run. And then I also put great visual pictures in there, because I knew when I was learning, that's what you needed. And I'm putting a challenge out to anybody who has my book. If you turn it to the back, and you look at the turkey cake here.
We'll show a picture.
Okay, we want to see everybody try this turkey cake for Thanksgiving and then Facebook it to me.
Cool.
I promise the hardest part of it is just mixing all the different color icings.
And I think that's what people want to know. Obviously you're known for making these very beautiful, extravagant, some people would say complicated cakes, but I think it'd be nice for people to know how they can do that themselves.
Well, I did a mix in here. I did some complicated ones, but then did some real easy ones. And I put the book together because I want you to do it at home with your kids, you know.
Right.
Bake at home, cook at home with your kids. It's stuff they'll never forget.
Clearly family is important to you. You've got 2 of your children in the studio here today. People can't see, but they are here and participating and on this book tour with you. And we want to thank you so much for being here. I want to put up some information, too, about how people can see the show tonight. If you are close to downtown and you have a chance to meet Buddy in just a couple minutes, actually, he's signing copies of his new book, Baking with the Cake Boss, at Book People. That starts in just about 10 minutes at 12:30. And tonight, the show Buddy was talking about, Baking with the Boss. The tour stops at the Paramount Theater downtown, starts at 7:30, is that right?
Yeah.
Tickets start at $30.
Yeah, come see the show. It's a great family night. It's a show you can take your 4-year-old to, your great-grandma. My favorite part of the show is everybody says, what is the Cake Boss going to do on stage for 2 hours?
Right.
But after the show, they say it was so much more than we expected.
Buddy, good luck with your tour. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy
Appreciate
Texas.
it.
Your first time to Texas.
We love it. We're going to get
here.
some good barbecue or Tex-Mex. What should we eat?
Either one.
All right.
Both.
Good.
Both. You'll be here long enough. All right. Thank you so much.